Hi guys.
Hi.
It's finally Sunday and we are back.
Yeah, and here's Wumi.
And this is Sumi.
Guess what, guys? We have an interesting topic to talk about today. Hold on one second. Is it actually interesting? I don't think so. I'm sorry. It's baffling. That's
It's
what I was
baffling.
saying. Yes,
yes,
it's a baffling
it's-
topic, and it's still our pandemic related issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still around it, and we're talking about domestic violence today, physical abuse. We've noticed that on social media lately, we've been seeing a lot of posts about physical abuse, and to be honest, it's not like it's gender sensitive. It's not. It's both ways. Yeah,
It definitely goes both ways, and I wouldn't say it's more towards the male or the female. I will say it's one person has
Definitely,
one
we
person
see
starts it.
definitely we see more of the abuse from males, men beating the women or hitting the women. But I think it's because women would come out to talk about it more than men.
Right.
Yes,
That is
but it's both
absolutely
ways, because I have seen on a ratio of like 3 to 1, men being 3 and then
Women on
men
the one.
on
yeah.
the one side.
Yeah,
But I've
yeah.
seen both. To be honest, I have.
Yeah,
And I think
and it's interesting to me though. I feel like there has to be a verbal first.
oh yes, it's yes,
before the man or the woman now decides, oh, I need to put my hands on my
Oh
husband.
yes, it's
You
not
know?
just about physical. It starts from verbal abuse and
Mental.
mental, psychological, and it's that's even emotional abuse, and I think that's even more dangerous. That's even more harmful, because that leads to depression, and that can actually lead to suicide. Depression,
Absolutely.
then you become suicidal, and you never can tell what will happen afterwards. So
Absolutely.
I don't know. It's really scary. It's really baffling. It bothers me a lot.
What,
And
what actually bothers me there is
Yeah.
the fact that men or even women, anyone, people are finding it very easy to put it out there on social media.
Oh, yeah.
I abuse my wife daily. Hey, everybody see.
Yeah, I remember we
know,
saw a video like that
There
where
is a video of me kicking the ass
Yes,
of my
like,
wife.
it beat the lady to, I don't know,
And
like,
then it's
and
like,
she was
okay.
bleeding, and then it posted it right there on
On
Facebook,
social
like,
media. And I thought, in my mind, I'm thinking, so what do you want us to react to? You want us to be excited that you're killing your wife?
yeah, and
mean-
I totally get it. I understand the lockdown is causing a lot of problems. Like, yes, 2 people can be in the same space, morning, afternoon, night, every day, 1 month, and we wouldn't have issues. I understand that. That's definitely understandable. And it used to be that, okay, when you're upset, you pick up your car keys, you go to the bar, you go to a friend's place, you just go somewhere to go vent, relax before you come back. And by the time you're back home, you feel a little bit better, you're able to talk about it, and then you take it from there. But right now, there's really nowhere to go. The best you can do is drive around your neighborhood. I know in some parts of the world, they even have curfews where after a
can't drive.
certain time you can be on the road.
can't.
You have all these people enforcing the lockdown that would arrest you, or sanction, or do whatever to you, so you don't want to be on the road. I understand that. So
Absolutely.
what I would suggest is, can you just take a breath, take a deep breath, take a minute. If you have to cry, just go somewhere, cry your eyes out, and then
To the bathroom. Shut the
get
door.
it. I get it. And then talk about it when you feel a little bit better. Because you just don't want to say the wrong words. You don't want to say something that would trigger the abuse, that would trigger somebody beating you up or whatever. I don't know, Sumi.
I mean, it's a topic that has been on since forever. I mean,
Right.
this has been happening, and it's not just men beating their wives, it's also some wives even kicking the asses of their husbands. I mean, this is crazy, guys. And now that we're into this whole pandemic, it's starting to even come out some more,
Yes.
We're definitely trying to resolve an issue that the pandemic is causing, but at the same time, we're also bringing
Exactly.
out more negative aspects. as
Exactly. Now, the lockdown is trying to resolve the COVID-19 problem, trying to reduce the rate at which it's spreading. But then, the problems we're getting in the lockdown is a lot.
It's even worse.
People are breaking
Yeah.
their bones, they're losing their eyes, they're losing tooth. We just don't want all this happening.
And it's funny that, not only towards even spouses and, hating and hitting each other, more
Yeah.
also with the kids,
Even the
with
kids,
the children,
yeah, the
because then the kids get involved, and then the kids also, get their bones broken, and
Absolutely.
then go into the hospital because of an issue, and then end up catching the disease.
Exactly. So
out
what
there
we're
as
trying
well.
to prevent that we get ourselves into it again.
So this is really huge, and I think the best things that we need to do in this situation is always try to take a step back. This is actually a time where we all need to be patient. I think patience could never have been explained better
Yes.
than itself.
Yes.
Is having a lot of patience.
Try not to
Taking-
speak.
Yes.
Because this actually starts from verbal abuse. It starts from what the things you say with your
Absolutely.
mouth. Because it's so hard for somebody to hit you because you gave them a dirty look. It's possible actually. You still get that. and to be honest, I think the best you can do for yourself right now, if that's happening to you, is for you to speak out. I know men don't like to speak out because they feel like, oh, I'm a man, I shouldn't talk about it, I should be strong. Please, it doesn't make you less of a man. Speak about it.
Please.
Speak up. Talk about it. It's at least you get some kind of relief, and then you might actually get help like that. So speak about it. It's not just about women speaking about it. It doesn't make you less of a man. It doesn't make you less of a woman.
Absolutely. I agree.
Yes.
I agree. And now that we've got social media and we've got, different ways to actually express our feelings and ourselves these days and communicate ourselves, our innermost everything, it's now easier to actually come out into the open to talk about these things and see how we can all get help.
Right.
This thing called suicide is actually real. And it's happening everywhere.
Everywhere, every day. People
please
fall into
and
depression so
please,
easily like that.
If there is
Yeah.
any thoughts of suicide, please try to find help as soon as possible, because it is real. You don't want to live a very short life and, leave your family out there asking questions
Your
and
friends,
wondering, and
even your friends,
your
your colleagues at
friends
work.
and everybody.
Yeah.
These things are real.
Your
If
life
you
really
need help,
matter. It does
please
matter.
get some help. And I will definitely also like to throw out the question as to, for those of us that are in situations where our loved ones are going through this, or we ourselves are going through this, what are you guys doing out there to make things easier?
It's so funny,
for
before we
yourselves.
started this, before we came on here to start this video, I was just on a phone call. You heard it.
Yep.
I just got a call about an abuse. And in my head, I'm like, we didn't even put it out there like, oh, that's the next topic for, next week or for our next recording. And that's what she was telling me. She was crying, she was in pains. And I was like, okay, I did the little I could do over the phone, and hopefully I'll follow up with her again
Right.
as soon as possible. Yeah, so just
Thank you for doing that.
yeah, you're welcome. Sure.
So let's definitely try to get some help. It could be your really close friend that you're trying to even pass the message across to see how they can help. If we have people that we know that are going through this, it doesn't necessarily have to be us. Please try to help your friends get some help. It's very, very important. I know there are parts of the world where the police and they're not very helpful with this, but
I don't think so. I beg to disagree with you. They just don't speak out. If you speak out, I think the police would definitely help you. You got to speak out. You got to talk about it. I beg to disagree. with you. I think what it is.
communication is what it is,
I think what it
actually.
is that they don't talk about it, and
That's
then
true.
if a neighbor goes and talk to them about it, then they deny it. Like, no, it's not happening. It's my husband. She's my wife. I can't do that to her. You guys need to get help. You need to allow them get help.
Yeah.
Because if you continue protecting them that way, they never would change, and they never would get the help they need for you to be a better person, for them to be a better person in that relationship.
Absolutely. And it's and now speaking, if I now jump over to the male aspect of things, I've also noticed that for men, they find it shy to actually come out in the open to talk about these things.
Yeah, and I said it earlier.
I
It doesn't
have a-
make them less
I have
of a
a
man.
close friend that for some very weird reasons it's not normal for him to go to a psychologist to actually set that appointment to talk about things like this.
I think I know who you're talking
There's
about.
a lot of
Yeah.
egocentrism there. It's like, no, I'm a man. Why should I be talking about my marital problems? Nobody needs to know about this. Guys, people need to know about it.
Absolutely.
Please.
Talk about it.
We need to talk about these things. Because guess what? You don't talk about them and then somebody else is killed. Or you. Just
Yes.
because you never refuse to talk about it.
You refuse to talk about it, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
think about your family and your loved ones and your friends. That what will they do when you're not here anymore? Just think about them as well. Think about your children. Think about everybody.
Let's just all be more patient, please.
Yeah.
Let's just be more patient. Let's take 1 minute to take deep breaths, to keep quiet, listen more. Maybe if we listen more. So I want to be the one.
Speak less.
Yes, speak less, listen
more.
more. Yeah. So let's try it now. I'm listening.
Who's going to speak then?
Nobody is speaking, and there's no trouble. Did you see how that just worked out well now? Perfect. Yeah.
All right, guys. So this was amazing, and we definitely enjoyed these topics. And please, if you do also have any suggestions and any tips, please leave us comments down in the bottom, and let us know how we're doing. Let's know also if there are topics you are dying to hear from us.
Yeah.
As we just select topics from also
Yes.
our fans and try to do some follow-ups with you guys over the course of the weeks as well. So thank you guys for listening.
Thank you guys for listening to us today. We'll be back sometime soon, and we'll probably continue this, or we'll come back with something really exciting. Whatever you guys suggest is what we'll do. We'll be doing that. Yeah. So
All
bye,
right,
guys.